5 seconds. Start. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Sir, agriculture is the backbone of this country's economy. Staggering agriculture shatters country's economy, and a strong agricultural sector strengthens the country and its economy. In this respect, not only the present one but even the earlier Ministry of Agriculture has made a remarkable contribution towards strengthening the agricultural sector. I recall the days in 2012-2013 when maize, which was the foodstuff of pigs in America, was being exported to India and supplied to the people who stood in long queues to get it. I have seen this with my own eyes. Today, we see both the food and agriculture ministers being taken to task even if a little substandard wheat is sold through fair price shops. Along with the farmers, the officials of the agriculture ministry deserve appreciation for the progress made in the field of agriculture. I also congratulate them for the good Rabi crop. As regards the provision of facilities made for the development of agriculture, it leaves no scope for criticism. All these things are ample proof of support of the opposition. By not moving a cut motion, the opposition has also expressed their agreement in this respect. But suggestions should definitely be given because howsoever wisely we have planned our resources, it is never foolproof. Whatever arrangements you have made are most praiseworthy. Still, there is need to think in terms of future also. For instance, there has been a marked increase in the country's agriculture yield, so much so that today India is an exporter of food grains. But we must think of ways to increase our per acre yield. The question before us is whether we can increase our per acre yield in proportion to the increase in population. I would like to mention that the Honorable Agriculture Minister has performed the role of an able administrator and a chief minister. Today, the country's public looks to him with high hopes. May I know from the Honorable Minister if we are in a position to increase our per acre food grains production? Can we reach the level of Japan where agricultural production has gone as high as 90% to 95%? Can we plan a manifold increase in the production of wheat? Considering the rate at which our population is increasing, the present yield will be insufficient to feed the masses of this country. I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister towards what is necessary for agriculture in this country. It has been a great misfortune of our country that there has been a drawback in the way land reforms have been enforced in this country. In our country, the size of land holdings has become very small. Every year, we see changes in the agricultural implements. Without changing the size of our agricultural implements in relation to the diminishing size of land holdings, we will not be able to make full utilization of our agricultural implements. This aspect should be kept in mind, otherwise modernization of agriculture will not be possible. I request the entire House to ask the government to formulate a long-term plan which envisages viable land holdings where we can use sophisticated agricultural implements. It is true that we have invented new agricultural implements, but there are some drawbacks in their applicability. We have started manufacturing tractors, cultivators, feeders, etc. How can a farmer with only 1 or 2 acres of land put these to use? Moreover, the cost of agricultural inputs has gone so high that the farmer has to bear the burden of debt on the account, or he is completely deprived of these inputs. Bedecked with money power, the middlemen offer to purchase the produce of the farmers and later on they sell it to earn profit on it. In this way, small farmers are exploited by the middlemen. What I want is that the government should formulate a scheme wherein modern agricultural implements are used by a cluster of 5 to 10 villages so that small farmers can make use of them at a lower cost. The second most important input for agriculture is fertilizer and seeds. The Honorable Minister has done commendable work in this regard. Crores of rupees are being given to the farmers in the form of subsidy on fertilizers. But I have got first-hand experience at the village level that its full benefits do not reach the farmers. In villages, we are told that benefits are being enjoyed by middlemen instead of the farmers. This system should be changed and there should be a reduction in the prices of fertilizers in order to give the real benefit to the farmers. Our country also imports fertilizers. According to my information, there is scope to increase the production of fertilizer in the country. The technology of the 60s, which we have been adopting today, needs to be updated and the money to be spent on the import of fertilizers should be spent on the modernization of production technology.